What's going on, guys? Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. And since you clicked this video, you might as well hit that subscribe button. It's free.
All right. What you got for us?
So we got a subscriber who actually came in the comments, actually said, hey, you guys are really interested in finding the backstory on the Outlast Trials. There's a YouTuber who gives you the whole blow-by-blow of the game. So,
okay.
Shout out to, I hope I'm saying this right, Confused Moon.
Yes.
And shout out to you or her, because I don't know. For coming in the comments, I believe also subscribing. So this video is for everybody who wants to know what's going on like we do. So I'm ready, y'all ready. Let's check this out.
These are all the belongings recovered from your person. This is a collection of your public records, along with...
And the YouTuber whose video we're reacting to is called King something, buddy. I'll make sure to put that link in the description.
As the restraints make a signature impossible, please acknowledge that you consent to these collections. Thank you. Not bad looking, to be honest.
What?
Reagents are among the most common people that can be found walking the halls of Murkoff's Sinyala facility during the events of the game The Outlast Trials. Coming from all backgrounds and experiences, these are people who signed on to a deal with the corporation without ever contemplating the ramifications of such an action. A forethought failure which would lead them into a disturbing world of pain and terror in pursuit of causing such psychological trauma as to create a rebirth.
Doesn't that feel better? All reamed out, cleared, and ready. Everything perfectly under control, kept tidy for somebody with just your dysfunctions.
The story of the reagents as we know it begins with a man named Dr. Hendrik Joliet Easterman and his recruitment into a CIA program in 1953, before subsequently finding his footing with Murkoff in 1954. Murkoff had hired Easterman to work at Los Alamos with another scientist named Rudolf Wernicke. However, clashing viewpoints on the relationship between their research would eventually lead to Easterman founding another facility at Mount Sinyala. Here, Easterman would focus on the prospect of brainwashing under the codename Project Lathe. Lathe would subject multitudes of people to psychological trauma in the form of positive and negative reinforcement in an attempt to reprogram them to be more accepting of orders that violated common taboos. Dubbing these subjects X-Pops, or the experimental population, the rudimentary tests would leave them in varying states of psychopathy. They'd managed to remove deeply held personal taboos, such as an abhorrence to murder, but failed in really opening them up to be controlled on any greater level. For Easterman, he saw these results as unimpressive. Murkoff wanted controllable assets that could be used at will, but all he'd managed as of yet were deranged monsters who would sooner kill than listen. He began to theorize on where his process was shortfall, while Murkoff toyed with the idea of cutting his funding.
Oh my goodness.
This reflection would lead him to the conclusion that the subjects he'd been working with thus far had been too psychologically broken before the trials would even begin to create the blank slates he needed for his imprinting. With this revelation, he would come to his investors at Murkoff with the plan to draw from the lost and hopeless of the American populace. He would tell Murkoff that he needed bums, ambitionless nobodies that had been bred to be adult-age children by the generous welfare state. He differentiated these new subjects by terming them as reagents, individuals that would be able to be released after their training to mix back into the general population. Directionless people broken down into nothing to be built back up as the perfect weapons.
You will be a perfect weapon. The most innocent child ever born. You're the future.
So that goes back to that baby monster.
Murkoff would be intrigued by Easterman's latest pitch, and would agree to greenlight Project Lathe 2 under the pretense that it would be a much cheaper endeavor than Lathe 1. In 1958, Signala would once again be filled with new subjects, but this time under stricter recruitment parameters than before. Easterman would use the ex-pop subjects as puppets in his live trials, seeking to break down the mental barriers of reagents and fill them with new, useful psychological complexes. In order for this to happen, though, he needed to give each reagent a story. They would crush their old life and be inducted into a flock of peers undergoing the same treatment. Using a philosophy of extreme contradictory taboo, he would begin to strip them of the status quo, destroying meaning through contradiction. Gooseberry with her whimsical charm and loving nature as she cuts the faces off of victims in her dentist chair. Coyle with his strict adherence to the law as he tortures prisoners for his own sexual proclivities. Using contradictions like these, he would force the subject into a game of sorts. Only through participating in Signala's strange and perverse rituals would you be allowed to leave the facility and create a new life for yourself. Follow the words of the facility's mysterious overseer, who spoke of love and purpose, while psychopaths stab you in the dark halls of its demented trials. Become desensitized to the horrors of Signala, and only then would you be able to escape the hell that he's made for you. Reagents are extremely unfortunate souls who found themselves in a program that most of them will likely not survive. In the pursuit of sleeper agents, Dr. Easterman has created a factory for trauma with the sole intention of boiling away all your life's meaning and filling it with a void to be called upon when you're of use. And while the staff at Signala may dangle the possibility of freedom to encourage compliance, the only thing waiting beyond the facility's bars is a servitude you will never escape from.
Don't tell me they on the phone.
Spider, I am.
What in the world? Oh, shit.
Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. What the world? Oh my god.
Is that a face on a face?
I think so. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's it.
Alright, so...
What in the world was that?
So... it answered not all of the questions, but a huge amount. So you don't play as the baby monster, which we were trying to figure it out.
Okay.
I guess you are your own particular character and you're trying to escape that place.
Okay.
It tells you the story plot that basically they are I guess taking people and trying to make them into weapons that they can control, and it goes horribly wrong.
Oh man.
And it's just a whole lot to digest right now.
It had a lot of twists and turns, so that was pretty good. Thanks to, what was this?
Confused Moon.
For he suggested for us to do this reaction.
Yes, he suggested us to go to
Okay.
this other YouTuber who broke it down for us.
Okay. Okay.
Now the $1 million question is, come in the comments. Do you want us to play this? Do you want us to live stream to find out how that starts? Because he didn't say that. And of course, he ain't going to tell us how it ends because you got to play it.
Right, right. It was very interesting. So shout out to him or her.
So remember, come in those comments.
We do read them, and we do.
We are going to try to respond as fast as possible. I need all our subscribers to understand something. There's a lot of times where she can't respond to the comments. There's a lot of times I can't respond to the comments because a lot of times when y'all do
Yeah.
come in the comments, I'm at work doing
Yeah,
12
yeah,
hours.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's pretty hard, but yeah, we will definitely read and
respond. Thanks for the suggestions, because this channel is all about, that's why it's called A Taste of Life with the Clarks, because we're showing you things that we like, we're into, we enjoy, but we want you guys to show us what you like and what you're into and what you enjoy.
Yes.
It's all about joy, fun, entertainment.
Yes.
You know, if you notice, you go through the channel, it's about traveling vlogs, it's about cooking, it's all about experiencing good things and taking you on a journey. And I promise you, that game right there, if y'all suggest we play it and live stream it, I guarantee you it's going to take us on one hell of a journey. So come in those comments and please keep them coming.
All right, guys, hit that like button and subscribe button.
Okay. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And, well, this ain't one of our shirts. This is a shirt actually a good friend made us, but link to the merch will be down in the description. Don't forget our podcast every Friday at 6 a.m. Spotify, Google, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast from.
And we are out of here.